Welcome to Talking Back Sunday, February 16th, 2021. How are you guys doing? You have a nice Valentine's Day?
The best.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah?
Ever?
The best.
Do you tell?
Go on.
Did you go to the Poconos? Sit in a champagne glass?
I wish. I wish.
What is it, Mount Airy Lodge? All you
Yeah, I
have
was
to
gonna ask-
bring is your love of everything. Beautiful
Beautiful
Mount Airy
Mount
Lodge.
Airy Lodge.
I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, that's a Northeast thing. It's like a ski
okay.
resort where you could get some sexy time with your gal.
In a
They had a-
champagne jacuzzi.
Yeah.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah.
In
had
North Carolina, there's a town called Mount Airy. So I was, I thought that they had a theme song that you guys knew about being from New York that I didn't know about, and I was really confused.
Yeah, I think it's only like 90 minutes from New York City, this one.
Ooh, wow.
There was commercials for it
What a
on
quick
all
getaway.
the time. It looked like the commercial was made like in the 70s, but they would still be showing it, the same commercial over and over again for like 15 years.
Well, you do it right the first time.
Yeah. Yeah, if it ain't broke, man. If it ain't broke.
And also those probably champagne glass jacuzzis got filthy.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
The shag carpeting hasn't been cleaned since 1978.
It's no longer shag.
Ugh.
Yeah, well, like it probably doesn't need to be clean because back then, like there were no regulations on like if stuff was bad for you, so all that was just made out of chemicals.
Yeah, that's true. Antimicrobial. No one had COVID then.
Yeah. Oh, good point, Sean.
Yeah, think about it.
We probably
Good
need more
point.
chemicals. More chemicals in life.
More chemicals. Take the seatbelts out of cars. All
Mhm.
that.
Mhm.
Man.
Yeah.
So, for real though, who's got a really cool story that they want to tell? Like,
Valentine's story?
no, or anything. Even after Valentine's, whatever.
I had sushi on
uh,
Valentine's Day.
Oh, that's
Ooh.
fancy.
What? What did you do?
I had sushi.
Oh, so did I.
Yeah, I thought you would. I thought you
Oh,
would. You were kind of my
wow.
inspiration for that.
You know,
And we
you
put
know,
on some
guys.
records.
The day that I told
Twinsies.
you, Sean, that we were talking that I was gonna have sushi, I was wrong. It was the next day because the next day was Valentine's Day.
Oh, see, we celebrated that night. So that's
Oh,
crazy.
the
That's a
night
big
before.
difference. Yeah,
yeah. We celebrated on Valentine's. That's what we did on. Sorry, go
We
ahead.
celebrated. We celebrated the day before.
Oh, right. Yes.
So that's
Just
just
go
what
ahead.
that's just what we did because we could.
Yeah.
And we put on some records. I drank a little too much tequila, but not too much, just a little.
Mm.
I couldn't drive a
But
car,
enough. Mm.
would not operate heavy machinery. But we put on some records and we ate our sushi and we had a good time.
Nice.
That sounds nice.
That
But those records
that
loud.
sounds like a lovely evening.
Yes. I got some chocolates.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah, Jamie got me chocolates from Vegan Treats, Bethlehem, PA. They're pretty awesome. Shout out to them.
Are they near Mount Airy Lodge?
I don't know. I got to do the Google. I'll Google map it.
Or the Poconos, maybe?
Yeah, we'll swing by Vegan Treats, get some treats, and take them to the champagne hot tub.
Yeah.
Hatab. Lava.
Yo, that's got to be gone by now, no?
Yeah, they renovated, maybe. It's probably got a different name, like Action Park.
Yeah.
Action Park. That's another Northeastern legendary thing that I feel like other people don't understand around the rest
Do you see the
of country.
documentary, John? Have we talked about this on the pod?
No,
I don't think so.
It's on HBO. It's great. Mark, you saw it, right?
I did.
Talk about everyone breaking their necks on that that water slide that went around in a loop.
Dude, there was a water slide that
Terrible.
like let you out 10 feet above the water, or, like whatever it was.
Yeah, I did that one.
Yeah, I
place-
did that one too.
When they explain it on the documentary, I'm like, man, it really was that nuts.
And it went
I
so
can't believe
fast.
I didn't get hurt there.
I think my body was small enough that I was just very pliable to not get hurt.
Oh.
I on that water slide that that spits you out 10 feet above the water. It would be pitch black in the tunnel.
Yeah.
So you literally can't see anything, and then you get blinded by sunlight and fall into freezing water because they use like actual like lake or river water.
Yeah.
So it was cold, and I remember I when I got into the sun, I bit down on my tongue really hard, and then like hit cold water and like seized up for a minute.
Dude, the water was so
fine.
cold. It was jarring. Like getting in there, it was literally freezing water.
Yeah.
So, man, parents just didn't. They gave no shits back then.
No.
They're like, yeah, it'll be fine.
Well, and the place too, I think that's the thing about it. I mean, this is like the mid 80s to, I don't know, maybe early 90s, but the guy who ran it just didn't give a shit either. And like, I think once it started almost to become a thing of like, you go to this place and it's crazy and you can do anything you want and you can maybe get really hurt, but almost became like the appeal of the place. And I think they started playing up to that in a certain way.
Yeah.
It's really crazy. I almost drowned there. There was a one thing they had, you know, those big rafts where you can have like 4 people sitting in them, you know, and they go down the river and the you know, this one though, they towards the end of it, it's mostly like a normal river one, but then you go through this tunnel and the water is rushing pretty good, so you're like going up and down and like up the sides of the tunnel like pretty far. And so ours went up and then like went too high and we all fell out into the river, and then it's the last thing that happened. So the river just kind of pushes you out into the end of the thing. But then at the end, there's like all of the rafts that everybody has been using just floating there. So I'm underwater after getting spit out, and then I go to get out and there's a raft over me and I can't push it up, and then I swim like a little further and there's another one, and I look up and like there's a ceiling of just these rafts over me and I can't find a place to get out. And I just kept like swimming, and it was like getting close to like running out of breath. Like I was holding my breath to the absolute longest I could before I found an opening and stuck my head out.
Wow.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That sounds
So that was
terrifying.
Real, huh?
Yeah, it was very scary. But it was also one of those things where it's like, well, it's Action Park, and you just go to the next ride and continue with your day.
Go with the flow, bro.
Oh, that's funny.
What am I gonna do? Not ride more rides? I didn't die.
Oh man. Oh my God. I just thought of another one. My dad, we went there with my church youth group. My dad was a pastor. And so some of these people, some of the people in our group, we didn't know it, but they didn't know how to swim. There's these 2 teenage girls, and we went in the wave pool, and they got to a point where they couldn't stand, and they started freaking out, obviously, because they couldn't swim. And then my dad like swims over to try to help them, because they're kind of like, you know, on a ramp going down into the water. So he's like underwater, I think, like trying to like push them back up to where they can stand, and he's having trouble. And the lifeguard sees this, so my dad pops his head out of the water to get a breath. The lifeguard throws like the ring, you know, the lifesaver.
Oh my God. Yeah.
It hits my dad in the face, slices his lip open.
No way.
Bleeding all over the place. Then like dives back down and keeps trying to help these girls back up to where they could stand. Eventually the lifeguard dove in and helped them and got them to safety. But
Like a
I think that was
horror
on
show.
I think it was on the same day that I almost drowned.
Yeah, probably, right?
Yeah. I mean, I probably only went there 2 or 3 times in my life, and I think that one was the most deadly.
That is insane.
Yeah.
Sean, we went there with our soccer team.
We did. I think we took 2 trips with everyone, and it was like we were definitely at the right age. We weren't like too old. And I just remember having a whole lot of fun and doing like the cliff jumps and stuff.
Yeah, the cliff
Yeah.
jump was shit.
Rope swing was fun.
Yeah. Well, that was
It was
funny too,
also
because
fun,
stuff
man.
like that, it's just like, here's a cliff, jump into the water. That's the ride.
Yeah, yeah. Wait. Okay, he's clear.
Yeah.
Go.
Then here's a rope,
Yeah.
swing into this cold lake water. Have fun. Yeah, it's a ride.
Yeah, then Splish
Long
Splash
Island
opened on
too
Long
long.
Island. That was way safer.
What?
Splish Splash was very tame compared to Action Park.
Still fun.
Yeah, that was pretty exciting. But back in the day, there's a new water park on Long Island.
Yeah, I wonder when that opened. It had to be early 90s, right?
That sounds
Yeah, that
right.
sounds about right.
That was pretty far out there, though. That was out in Riverhead, right?
Yeah. I think the last time I went there was probably like 2008 or 9 or something.
There's not usually too many reasons to go to Riverhead.
Go
Unless you
to
live
the
there.
outlets.
Yeah, that's true. The outlets are pretty sweet.
Yeah, you can score some deals.
I was thinking about it with this pandemic. This is the longest I've ever gone without going to Long Island.
Wild.
Really?
It's been over a year since I've been to Long Island. Yeah,
You miss it like crazy? Are you freaking out?
It's funny because I don't miss it that much, but I'll just have these like thoughts of like places on Long Island, or like visions of even just like a street corner or like a store or something just pops into my head out of nowhere. And it's just like, oh yeah, Long Island. That was my whole entire life was based around these locations, and I haven't been there in forever.
You know that thing that people say, like real parenty type people thing, like once you have kids, you're not going to remember the life that you once had. But man, that's very true. Like when you really think in depth about a story that once happened to you, and you figure there's no girl, like there's no kids, and it's very odd to think that was a whole life.
Yeah.
Without.
I think that the toughest thing for me is trying to remember, like, because Camille and I were together for at least 5 years before we had kids. And I literally can't think about what we used to do all day. Like, what did we do with our time? We just had a full day to just sit around the house and like do whatever. And I can't think of what we used to spend our time doing.
Watching movies, man.
I guess.
When Jamie and I first started dating, like we just spend all day lounging around watching Rock of Love or something. That was the weekend. Bret Michaels and all those sluts. This is groom. All of them were so disgusting.
I love that show.
It's great.
I think I watched like every episode maybe for like the first 2 seasons. That's how much I liked it.
Yeah.
Did
But
he
all
have,
the
like,
making out, like
all of them.
yeah. Oh.
Did he have hair like attached to his do-rag?
He had hair attached to something.
Yeah, and he was very proud of it. He like would talk about it on the show. Like, I've got like the finest extensions you can get. I look great.
Oh, really?
And I like that he wasn't like covering it up. He's like, yeah, I'm bald, whatever.
Didn't he never take his do-rag off? Wasn't he always wearing it?
Yeah, like he would have like a bandana and a hat.
Right.
Maybe that's gonna be my look when we come back.
At that point, why get the extensions? Why not just get the hair, whatever? Get the hair, the MGK hair, like
oh yeah, when the hair plugs, right?
Whatever it is.
Well, the thing is this. Here's what I know. Speaking as the bald member of Taking Back Sunday. So if you if the whole horseshoe is gone, there's nothing left to attach it to. So like if you get plugs, you can push it back or you can push it forward, but all over here is going to be bald. So what Bret Michaels did is he just got extensions to make it long, attached to the horseshoe, and then covered up the top. so he wouldn't have to get surgery. And they do make like a big scar in the back of your head too if you get plugs. So the way to go, which I just realized this about Robert Redford, is he had like a full-on wig. Very expensive, very good-looking one.
Really?
Yeah. So he looked pretty youthful well into his later years because he just had a good wig.
He must have done that pretty.
Guy.
Yeah, he is. He must have done that pretty quick though, or like at the right time, because he.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you see pictures of someone like Joe Biden is kind of like this. There's pictures of him like from 30 years ago where he's more bald than he is now. So there's this like weird transition where you saw them going bald and then all of a sudden they magically had hair again.
Yeah, Joe Biden's got like the plugs and I think the spray.
Yeah, he seems like he got them at some point like after the 70s, because every time I see a picture from him in the 70s, he's pretty bald.
Yeah,
But
and I don't think
Robert
they really
Redford,
had him in the 70s. He's been around so long and he's so old.
True.
And he didn't have options.
Yeah, it was probably just a wig, or that was it, right?
Yep.
Man, so for Christmas, someone had gotten me that Matthew McConaughey book, and I was like, well, I have this book, and then so I read it, and he has this part, or like he mentions how there was a time to where he was losing his hair, and that him and a friend, like they started doing like the Rogaine and taking some kind of supplements, and then he said that he would just like, or like the way he puts it is that he manifested his hair to grow again.
Good
like
for him.
By sheer will. And I just thought, man, I love Matthew McConaughey, and this is probably one of the most Matthew McConaughey things that Matthew McConaughey could say. was that he just willed his hair to come back, man.
He willed his hair.
And he probably took Propecia. Yeah. That works if you get it in time.
Yeah, he mentioned something, and then but I wonder if there wasn't more to it, because he had like, you know, $1 billion, so he could have like had the best hair technology there was.
Yeah.
His hair looks good right now.
Yeah, good for him. Whatever he's doing.
I'm just picturing him like meditating and like hair just popping out as he just envisions it coming back.
Yeah.
That's pretty silly.
Yeah, that is silly.
What is it like? Is it his biography or is it something else?
It's kind of like a memoir, but it's also like I think it's meant to be like self-encouraging, or like encouraging to, you know, like a go out and get them kind of thing. Right. And it was, you know, I mean, it was a real interesting read.
Nice.
I mean, for a Matthew McConaughey book.
Yeah.
There's that's really, I don't really have much else to say about it.
God damn it. Sorry.
You okay?
Yeah. There we go.
So, anything else awesome going on?
Oh, I watched the Beastie Boys documentary. I'm about halfway through it.
It's really so good.
I think I saw Dubin in there.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he was in the audience when I was watching it. I paused it and took a picture and texted him. I'm like, hey,
he was in that audience?
Yeah.
Wow. Of course he was.
What was it like them playing a small show or something? Like
No, it's like it's kind of like they tell the story of the Beastie Boys from start to finish, and it was just in a theater, so it was like a 2-man show.
Yeah, that King's Theater in Brooklyn, Mark, where we saw Adam Sandler a bunch of years ago.
Yeah. Oh, that's where that was?
Yeah.
Oh, for some reason I thought it was in California. I don't know why I thought that.
But Yeah, super fun because they were just such nerds, just like us, getting their start, sign a lousy record deal. I don't know anyone who's done that.
Me neither.
And yeah, they were just kind of like off to the races with the first record, and then they're like, okay, we're gonna do everything ourselves. And their second record, Tanks, Paul's Boutique, which is I think their best record. They got all like
man.
artsy.
Right.
Dude, speaking of
That
being
was-
young and oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just surprised I didn't know that was their second record. That one, I feel like that like I hear people reference that one as their best a lot, but I guess it sounds like that at the time was not the consensus, huh?
Yeah, because they were kind of like a gimmick.
It was like Pinkerton. Like Pinkerton.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, that's
That's
hands
all it
down
is.
the best Weezer record. Everybody knows that. That's all it
But
is.
really, the Blue Album is. We're all the whole world that likes Weezer is pretending like Pinkerton is better than the Blue Album. It's not. Let's just call it what it is. Am I right? Or am I right?
Yeah, you're not giving us a lot of options there.
Yeah. I still know all the words to every song on the Blue Album.
Yeah.
More than I do Pinkerton. But I like the way that Pinkerton sounds better.
It's amazing. The drum sound.
Yeah. Oh, so good.
I think that and the like lyrically and emotionally, like I think Pinkerton is a lot more powerful. Like the songs as a whole are better on the Blue Album, but I think I connected more in an emotional way to Pinkerton.
There's the Blue Album, yeah, like had more of that like pop sensibility, like that kind of appeal to where things didn't go, like he might have been talking about something heavy, but it didn't go too many layers down.
Yeah.
To whereas Pinkerton did. I agree with you.
You know, the first when I got the Blue Album, and I remember putting it on in the car, and I was so happy that the first song was so good, right? Because that never happens. You know what I mean? Like you buy the album, like back then you would buy the album, and then there was like 2 or 3 good songs, and then you had to skip. That was a no skip album, like all the way through. And then you're like, oh my god, every song on the first side is so good. And then turn around, side B, fucking Surf Wax America. Was that the first song off the second side? Anybody remember?
I only had the CD. I didn't have the tape.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah. I think I stole the CD from my high school girlfriend when we broke up. I was like, take that.
Nice.
Mine now. Still have it somewhere.
I threw all my tapes away. I wish I didn't do that.
On Valentine's Day we took the Bronco out, and it still has the tape deck, and that's always nice because I can go through and listen to some tapes, but all the tapes that I have are ones that like I got like for like $1 used at the record store. Like Joe Cocker, Phil Collins, Tom Petty.
Nice.
It's good stuff.
Do you have the adapter so you can plug in your Discman?
I do, but the thing with the phone is like I couldn't plug that in because I would need the dongle.
Need
I
the
hate that
dongle.
they call it a dongle. That shit like it's like it's Apple. They couldn't come up with a better name than dongle for that thing. But yeah. So I haven't really listened.
Like
to
eye connector.
Phone in there. Yeah, right.
I just beat it.
Yeah, or like iPlug, or just fucking anything but dongle.
Or just not have it. Wouldn't it be nice if you could have an iPhone where you didn't need that? Like they just figured out.
Yeah, they used to have that
where there was no dongle.
There's like, I remember I didn't get the new phone for like until I absolutely had to, because I didn't want to lose my headphone jack.
Yeah.
And then because that and like when we were traveling all the time, like the Bluetooth headphones are nice, but you have to charge them. And if you're traveling like all day long, you're not going to have time to charge your headphones, and then you're stuck on a plane like with headphones that are dead. Sucks.
Yeah. And then it used to be that if you had a problem with headphones on a flight, you could always get like the cheap airline ones and use them. But then you can't do that anymore because they don't work with your iPhone.
Unless you have the dongle.
The dongle, which then that's another thing while you're traveling. You need to make sure you have this tiny little 1/2-inch wire with a plug on it in a place where you remember where it is all the time.
Yeah, I think I've lost like 8 dongles.
Yeah.
Sean,
Dongle
you gotta hold
like
on to your dongle, man.
Yeah, hold on to your dongles. Put them in a safe spot.
Man.
Gotta get a dongle case.
Yeah, dongle holder. That's the problem. You put the dongle in your pocket, you wash your dongle inadvertently.
Yeah.
Nothing worse.
Man,
break your dongle
crazy.
in the wash.
Absolutely crazy.
Yeah. There are things like that. I mean, obviously I would love to be able to travel somewhere at this point, but there are still things I think about with airline travel in particular. I'm just like, still don't miss it even after a year. I'm like, I'm fine.
No. Yeah, dude, like going to the airport and waiting for the plane and then being on the plane and then getting off the plane and then waiting for your bags and then having to figure out a way to get to where you need to go. All that. Don't miss that.
That was a hassle, but I always enjoyed dealing with TSA.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was your favorite part?
Yeah, it was always cool. No, I'm not wearing a belt.
Did you hope that they would give you a good old pat down every time?
I did. I was always very lonesome.
Please be the pat down. Please be the pat down guy.
I'd get very frustrated when I knew I had nothing in my bag and they'd search it anyway. Like, I know my liquids are out of there.
I recently had to renew my pre-check.
Oh, did they email you or something? Because I think mine's coming out.
Yeah, they sent me an email and I renewed it, but it felt a little silly after this past year to renew it. But it lasts for like 4 years, so I figure eventually we'll probably be on an airplane again.
Yeah, undoubtedly.
Do you guys on Nat Geo, do you watch To Catch a Smuggler?
No.
Oh my God, it's so good. It's so good. But I was watching it the other day, and then there was a flight. You know those flights when we're on the Asia tours where we're just flying and flying and flying and flying and flying.
Yeah.
You know, all right. So there was one time where John and I were together. We were together at one of those, and the guy was questioning us. We got off in some country, and then he asked us both where we came from and where we were flying to next, and we both didn't know the answer. Do you remember that?
Like legitimately,
I legit don't know where we just came from, and I don't know where we're going after this either.
Yeah. we had probably at that point taken about 8 flights in under 2 weeks, and every time been flying to a different country, not just a different city.
Yeah.
So at a certain point it's just like you don't think about it. It's like, I don't know, I'm gonna end up wherever we're going. So
yeah, my next ticket's gonna tell me when I get that next ticket.
Yeah. That's when I'll find out what country I'm going to.
Didn't you didn't we fly into like Belgium or something, and like I think it was you, John, or it was like the customs agents like, where are you going? You're like, I don't know. It's like, where are you staying? You're like, I don't know. And then it's like, welcome to Belgium. Like still let you in.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, I had no idea. I mean, Yeah, I think I didn't know the city we were staying in, and I didn't know the hotel for sure. I don't know if there was more information that I didn't know, but they did not care. It was amazing.
Well, it's also so rare.
If you had this big plan, you would have a big plan. When you sound that dumb to where you didn't know where you're coming to or where you're flying to next, they're like, oh, okay, there's no way this guy's hiding anything. He's way too big of an idiot.
Yeah.
And he legit doesn't know. He's not trying to pull it over on me.
Yeah. And I'm not calling you an idiot. I mean, you know, that's happened to me. That's happened, you know.
Yeah.
But they let you go.
Yeah. If you were up to something, you would come up with a better story about what you were going to do in the country. You know, you wouldn't just say you don't know. But it might be a good strategy if anybody out there is up to no good. Be surprised what you could get away with.
But it's so crazy too, because we're rarely in the same place for more than like a day or two.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, you only know when you're going home, maybe.
Yeah.
I always know that date.
One day. Man, I remember once I had it was like Mark Hudson and I, and we had like a 5 or 6 hour layover at Heathrow.
Ouch.
And I was just like hour 2, like I just started to get mad. I just stayed mad the whole time. I was like, this isn't why. Because you're just in that little area and like you can't go out and come back in. Man. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's usually when I plant myself down at the closest bar and just ride it out. You know?
Yeah. Like I'm just gonna sit here. No, but it was after some crazy flying though. I think it was like 8 in the morning and like we'd slept for like 5 hours. And
yeah.
But there it was cool being able to play shows though, so I don't know why I'm complaining. Because I'd like to do that again.
We got too comfy.
Yeah, getting too comfortable.
Yeah, we thought, hey, this isn't going to go away anytime soon.
Yeah. Crazy.
Sean and I were actually talking about how we finally, after all the years of this band, we're finally like, all right, I think we're good. I think the band's good. Like, you don't have anything to worry about. Like, we're all right.
Yeah.
We don't have to freak out anymore. Finally. And then,
yeah, 2019, we're playing to bigger crowds than ever. Things are looking up. We're excited to write a new record.
And then
pump the brakes, bro.
Yeah.
COVID-19. That's what Mickey calls it. COVID-19.
He's very exact.
Yeah.
Don't want to get it confused with the other COVIDs.
Yeah, the other coronaviruses and stuff. No, it's COVID-19.
There's I'm gonna get my first COVID test.
Nice.
Tomorrow. I'm pretty stoked about that.
That's good.
Did you have were you an exposure or potential exposure?
No, I don't go anywhere or do anything. So
you're just trying to be safe and just make sure.
Yeah, just to be safe.
Get your brain tickled a little.
Yeah, there's like every year for this will be the 10th year, we've done like this trip that we call Woods of Old, where we go to the mountains, and it's in preparation for that because we're still gonna try to do it. But normally it's a group of anywhere between like 10 or 15 guys, but this year I think there's only 4 or 5 of us, and we found a house that was like a cabin house that was pretty like everything's really spaced out, and then they have a pretty great outdoor area, so we'll just be spending most of the time out there.
Well, that sounds nice.
Yeah, that'll be nice. I need something like that to be honest.
Everybody does for sure.
Yeah. So that's why I'm gonna go get my first COVID test.
Nice.
Yeah.
John, your birthday is in March.
It is. It's in March now. You changed it?
Is it March? Your birthday's in March, right?
No, it's in February.
That
The
that is
way
the
you
most
told me, it
New
sounded
York.
like you were,
Yeah, that's the most New York way to ask a question. It's like where you don't ask a question, you just tell the person. It's a thing.
your birthday's in March now. Get used to it.
You're younger.
Yeah, it's like,
Trying to
oh,
buy some more time.
Yeah, my birthday is actually about a week away, maybe 8 days. I'm not sure.
Wow.
24th, right?
eh,
Yeah, should be lots of fun.
are you gonna?
I'm
hang
hoping
out
it gets to
with
like
them?
15, 16 degrees out there for you.
hopefully, fingers crossed. Yeah, it was.
Yo, and
it
we
was-
mean that when we say that. If it gets to 15, 16, that would be really cool for you guys.
Yeah, with all my heart, I mean that.
Yeah, maybe I'll go eat outside. Enjoy the nice warm weather.
It's crazy how much more tolerable 17-degree weather is than 7-degree weather.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. I know for sure when it gets back up into the 20s, I'm gonna be oh, it's so nice out. This is
Put on your
Yeah.
bathing suit, go outside, get a tan.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing the way your perspective can change.
Perspective.
But yeah,
What Cuomo says.
is that what he says?
In virus terms.
Hmm.
But yeah, you got big plans? You have a special
Huge.
meal?
Huge plans.
Huge.
Are you gonna have a
not
nice
sure.
meatloaf?
Maybe.
Crab cakes?
You know what? My mom is trying this thing. We'll see how it works out. You can get these like frozen crab cakes from Maryland shipped, so she's shipping them here. But I have no idea how that'll work out, like practically.
They got the dry ice thing down pretty well. They can do these things.
Yeah, I've never gotten anything
Yeah.
like that shipped to my house.
Well,
Dawning of a
there's,
new era,
yeah,
John.
Yeah.
yeah. Like around Thanksgiving time, they ship turkeys like all over the country. You know, like
Yeah, it keeps crabs fresh.
crabs.
That's good to know. Hopefully that'll be good. I'll probably just load up on Prosecco. Just
What the heck? Though?
make that my go-to beverage for 3 days or so. That'll be my celebration.
Treat yourself.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
You
Nice.
deserve it.
I do
Go out to
deserve it.
Costco. Go out to Costco, get a case of Prosecco.
Yeah. Why not? Why not?
Well, that's fun.
Yeah, there's not much to do at this point. We might maybe see, depending what Camille's parents have been up to, see if we could get a babysitting break for a couple of days.
Go to Mount Airy Lodge, something like that.
Yeah, we'll go to Mount
Ooh.
and we'll find the next closest thing. There's actually this place outside Kansas City. It's probably only like half hour from us. Called Chateau Avalon.
Yeah.
Ooh, sounds
Yeah.
fancy.
When Camille and I met, the band Stray Light Rum was actually staying there. This festival had put us up there, and they had like theme rooms. I think I was in the Egyptian room.
Oh,
Someone
wow.
else was in like the presidential room. Like,
It's very fancy.
yeah.
So fancy.
So maybe we should go there.
Yeah, it's still going.
It is, yeah, it's still there. I think after we'd been together a couple of years, we went back and stayed there for fun. And it's pretty funny, but it's like, it's not worth it really. You know, you could stay in a much better hotel for the same price and not have all the silly stuff in your room.
Yeah, I remember putting on like the bathrobe and running around drinking cheap champagne
Yeah.
all night.
Yeah, it was a fun night.
Man, do you guys remember, we play that one area in Kansas City when we play outdoors and there's always like a shitload of people there. What's that thing called? What's that place called?
Oh,
the Power and Light District.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Man, I really like Kansas City.
Yeah.
But then like we stayed in a hotel one time where they redid the entire hotel to make it look like it did when it was first built in like the 20s.
Oh yeah.
You remember that?
I do. That was a nice hotel.
That was a really nice hotel. We were talking about hotels, so it made me think about Kansas City and then that show and then that hotel.
I actually just a memory popped into my head of I think us having a lobby call at that hotel at like 5 a.m. for a flight. And just as we like all were outside waiting for a cab to come, someone got a notification on our phone that our flight was delayed like 3 hours or something. So it was like too late to go back and sleep some more in the hotel. We were already like on the curb heading that
Checked
way.
out.
Yeah. It's just one of those things like, oh God. We would have known this an hour ago. We could all have slept for another 2 hours. Yeah. Good times.
Yeah.
There's JHS Pedals is located in Kansas City.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a fun Kansas City fact.
Yeah, that's been another thing that's kind of a bummer. I mean, many of the things that are bummers about the pandemic is we were living in Lawrence, Kansas for probably like 2 or 3 months before it. And I think we would have, it's only like 45 minutes to Kansas City. So there's like all kinds of stuff we probably would have been going to do there from time to time. And now it's just like, nope. Nope, not going to Kansas City.
Not going anywhere.
Not for a while.
And was Kansas City, is that where like we did an in-store? Like a
weird one.
And everyone who worked there was like super strange and like just like quiet and so weird.
Yo, but not only that, but remember the Sean, you guys played acoustic, me and Sean were just chilling. And then we heard that dude screaming along.
Yeah.
I thought something went wrong with John.
Yeah, no.
John's brain broke.
I got scared, man. You know, it seemed like one of those psychotic moments where someone was about to freak out. And I was like, yo, whoever's doing that, we need to stop him right now. But then he ended up just being a really weird guy that knew all the words.
Well, he screamed
louder
every song.
than us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I couldn't hear John. I could only hear him. So I thought surely something was amiss. And then we looked out. We're like, what's going on? I was like, oh, it's just him. John's doing great.
Then the really funny thing was we were doing a signing afterwards and he left before the signing.
Yeah.
Our biggest fan who knew every word and screamed along was just like, once we were done, like, I don't need to talk to them or get anything signed. I'm good. Yeah. Which, that's cool.
Yeah, each in their own.
Yeah. That was so weird.
Yeah, it was. That was very odd.
I'll never forget how concerned I felt. And the relief.
Yeah, it's definitely not. I mean, depending where we were at on tour at that time, emotionally or psychologically, it's not unrealistic to think my brain might have snapped and I just decided to scream every single word as loud as I
could. Man, yo, from being out on tour and doing all the shows and meeting people, yada yada, we've seen some people do some weird things.
Yeah.
Over time.
That is true.
Like Atlanta guy. Atlanta with the girl on a date guy.
Oh man. Ooh, that poor lady.
Yeah. And then Jillian started asking the girl if she was okay. You know what I mean? Was that type of thing?
Oh man.
Yeah, well, he was hammered at 1 PM, like way before anything was starting, and telling us. He was just telling us all about how he got her tickets to the show and what a great thing he had done and how much she was going to love it.
Yeah.
And it was so clear he was like a big hulking guy, but you could tell how nervous he was with her and blowing it because he was trashed and nervous now. Oh, I'm gonna calm my nerves with the 18 tall boys before the meet and greet.
Yeah.
Dude, the girl actually, I remember her whispering, I just wish she would shut the fuck up.
Yeah. She seemed to have a really good handle on it.
I think, yeah, like Adam, did anyone else hear that? Adam, you had to have heard that. I remember you being right next to me when she said that.
I have a vague memory of that whole interaction. Like I feel like a lot of that stuff I just put out of my head. Like I'm like, okay, that doesn't need any space.
Yeah.
But so I don't have as good of a memory for stuff like that. Like, but I do remember the guy being hammered and feeling really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Man, another Atlanta story. I just remember. Do you remember? This is a bunch of years ago. A girl came over the barricade. Security was not looking her way, and she got dropped and broke her arm.
Yeah, dude, that was the worst. Yeah.
Not just broke, but like
it
snapped sideways.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, I was standing right in front of her, like right at the edge of the stage. I saw the whole thing. It was not awesome.
Yeah, and it was definitely towards the end of the show because they brought her to our backstage and we were checking on her to make sure she was okay. And we were devastated. We felt so bad. And what did she say? She goes, "Just a broken arm, y'all." And she was like totally laughing it off. I'm like, she's so much tougher than I am.
Yeah, she's super tough. Then like she came to another show like years later. She's like, "Hey, you remember I was the one who broke my arm?" And then we were like, "Oh my God, you're okay."
How could we
She's like,
forget?
Yeah, I'll never forget that.
Yeah. That was that venue that was like they were trying it out. Oh no, it was nothing.
Yeah, we never played there again, huh?
No.
Yeah, like I think it was different, or like they were just trying to see if they could have shows there or something, or like shows that were a bit more rambunctious than something like Iron and Wine, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
What were you gonna say, Mark?
I was going to bring up one more really, really odd thing.
Go on.
When the girl in Salt Lake City just started beating the shit out of everyone.
Wait, what? No.
Salt Lake City.
Yes.
And the girl just started beating the shit out of
someone
people.
in a wheelchair.
I think maybe multiple people in wheelchairs.
I think there's only one person in a wheelchair, but she definitely like punched or kicked someone who was in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
And maybe punched or kicked other people. I don't remember all the details.
Wait, like during the show?
During the show.
Oh my God.
Was that on the Red City tour? It was, right?
Maybe.
It wasn't that long ago, relatively.
I got a full view of that. And I remember thinking like, I can't believe that this is happening right now.
Yeah, we stopped the show for it.
Yeah.
And I don't remember at all what caused it or what she was saying. Why she felt like it.
Methamphetamine.
Methamphetamines. Man, that venue. Wait, I think it was called. Wasn't it called In the Venue? Like the name of the place. Something, but that place was in like we've been going there for years, and I guess they had like kind of like a little ways down the street. I guess they had started to like build it up, but it was a really strange neighborhood. I just remember walking around there and like there was a definite street. Like once you cross the street, it felt like you were in a different city.
Yeah, there's that one spot where all those people hang out, and
where you might go to get your meth.
Yes, yeah. Where that girl probably got her meth.
That's used to have, like Pat used to work like right down the street from there.
Yeah,
like at a tattoo shop that eventually opened.
That's how I met Pat. Yeah, I just walked in there one day.
Yeah. Man, wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then they built like a giant outdoor mall, or I don't know if that was always there, and we just didn't discover it till later.
No, that was pretty new, like from the time that we had started going there.
Well, yeah, I think they built it for the Olympics, '96.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, but I mean, we started going there like 2002.
Oh wow, so it was already there. Well, well then I guess it just took like 10 years of going there to walk that far.
Well, remember touring in the days before you had a computer in your pocket that could tell you anything you wanted to know. You would have to, if you wanted to go for a walk, you just like randomly pick a direction and start going that way, you know? And
and
it could be a huge difference depending which direction you decide to go. Like you could, I feel like there were so many things I missed in neighborhoods near venues because I just walked the wrong way. And then I was like, oh, there's nothing here.
Oh, check it out. The Winter Olympics were 2002. I stand corrected. Oh. So that was so new.
There you go.
And crazy.
Yeah.
And I remember there was a guy, he's so nice, and I haven't seen him in years, but he had a flying squirrel as a pet that he would bring.
Where?
In Utah?
Yeah, in Salt Lake City. Oh man, know what? Like one of the last times we played there was when there was like that big like EDM show. Because the venue's like 2 venues in one.
Yeah.
Man, EDM shows are wild.
Yeah, John, you hung out with the dude.
Yes. What's his name? Like Slushy or something like that? I can't remember his name. But yeah, we had we were all sharing a backstage area afterwards, and he had like a one of those little, I don't even know what you call it. It's just like a little platform with wheels that you lean on to move, but you have to balance.
Yeah, there's like hoverboards, I think they call them.
Yeah.
I hated that they call them hoverboards.
Yeah, it doesn't hover.
Very misleading.
More like a Segway.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a Segway without handles. But John, you got on that, and I was so impressed because I just thought, man, that's just, I'm going to break my arm if I try that.
Yeah, I was pretty impressed with myself too. I was plenty of beers deep at that point riding around on that thing, and my balance was impeccable.
You know, you're very good at not overdoing it.
I guess so.
Like you went at a nice pace.
I did. I was very cautious about it because I immediately before I even stepped foot on it, I just envisioned myself doing something really stupid and falling and breaking my leg or arm, and so just tried to be as careful as possible.
Remember when you rode the bull riding thing in Texas after that show?
The mechanical bull, so sexy.
Yo,
that video that you
showed the next
with
day, and I was like, "Come on, John, don't do it, man. Don't do it. You're gonna get thrown off. Something's gonna break. Just don't do it. It's not worth it."
Yeah, which is probably right. I remember we asked the person running it. We were like, seriously, can you just like do it pretty like slow and like not mess with me, like for real?
Yeah.
So they didn't make it that crazy. I still I jammed my finger a little bit on it. I think I didn't even say anything because I was like, I don't even want anyone to know that I jammed my finger on this stupid thing.
Well, you know, the guy controlling it always does it nice and slow for the girls.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's enjoying himself. And then the bonehead drunken dudes get on. He tries to give him whiplash immediately.
Yeah.
And I guess you gotta have a little fun if you're controlling the mechanical bull.
Yeah, I don't blame him. I wouldn't have blamed him if he did it to me, but that's why I was like, really, like seriously, I can't get hurt on this thing, but I would really like to do it. Can you please work with me?
And he did.
Yeah,
Glad you got a good guy on that.
Yeah, it was nice. Oh man, all this stuff, it's so crazy. Like that's just what's that was regular life, you know. We just play a concert, ride mechanical bull, go to another city.
Now I haven't seen anyone outside of my family, immediate family, in 350 days. Cool life, bro.
Yeah.
You know, we are gonna. You know, I was thinking about it. We are gonna look back at this time and be like, you know what? It was kind of nice, just being able to chill at home with the camera.
It's a little much.
It's a little much. 100%.
But it is nice.
Yeah. There's definitely a silver lining. You know.
Yeah.
But it would be nice if it didn't come with all the anxiety and worry and all that.
Right. Yeah. And also, we had like the best year planned out too. Like we're gonna play like 3 shows or 2 shows a month.
Yeah.
That's like perfect.
And then just write music and record.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
It would have been fun.
I want to go into a studio so bad. Next time I get into a studio, I'm touching every knob. I don't give a shit.
Flick every switch.
Yo, it's gonna happen. It will happen soon. I know it. It's, you know what I mean? We're almost there.
Yeah.
So close.
It's true.
Yeah, over 2 million first doses of the vaccine in New York.
Wow.
2 million.
These are way down.
So it's working.
Yeah,
it's working.
Yeah, the numbers are going down.
And it is a cold winter.
I wonder if that's helping too. Like it's actually so bad out that people are just not leaving their houses because it's just freezing and snowy.
Yeah, no real holidays on the horizon.
Yeah, that'll be good too. Yeah, we'll get there.
Summer. I can't wait. When February hits, that's when I'm like, man, summer. I want that shit back.
February, I'll go and say worst month.
Worst month.
Worst month. New York, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
No, it's not that bad in North Carolina in February.
Yeah, we're freezing here most of the time. The snow looks disgusting.
February in Arizona is probably sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy. I was looking online and there's like all these stories about like snow everywhere. Like Texas has had like a ton of snow, which they never get. And like apparently there's all these like power outages, which is interesting because they're on an independent grid, but there's it's like, and then I walk outside here and I'm like, yeah, it's fine. It's actually nice. So yeah, it's hard to be bummed.
Yeah, you're lucky.
I know. But
all right. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say that I think some snow would be nice, but I'm probably the only one.
Snow is nice. Snow is nice when it's happening, and then like a day after.
Yeah, for a little while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all the snow over here is gray from all the like exhaust fumes and stuff from cars and stuff. It's been piled up for a couple weeks, taking up parking spots.
Yeah, then I always remember that in New York, like the grocery store parking lot with the 10-foot high pile of filthy snow around like a light post or something, and it's there till like the end of March.
Yeah.
There's
gross.
Like sounds like some kind of country song. Like snow's nice. Snow's nice for a while. and that's the chorus, and then like one of the verses is about that grocery store parking lot.
Yeah, we should write that country song.
I'll not go get to work on it because I'm right back to homeschooling after we're done with this.
Nice.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
You got any good lessons planned?
No. But we have been reading the Narnia series.
Oh, that's fun. I remember getting into that probably like 3rd or 4th grade.
It's crazy. Like I'd never read Caspian, and I'm really loving it. And other than that, like, man, I'll tell you, there's no, because like Keaton's in 6th grade, so there's nothing. It's really humbling to like go in the bathroom and have to Google like how to do just some of the math that he's
It's no joke.
that they're throwing at him, and because I'm just like, man, I haven't done any math like this in so long, so I'll just have to go and like pretend like I'm going to the bathroom and do like a 5-minute refresher on how to do the math, and then come out like I knew it all along.
But yeah, you're learning.
Yeah, true. I'll be real great with like just simple algebra.
Nice.
So, but I think we're gonna have mac and cheese tonight.
Ooh.
All right.
Yeah,
Sounds
that's
really
pretty
good.
exciting. Yeah.
We're doing tacos.
Oh, taco night.
We do tacos like
Taco.
4 nights a week, so it's not all that special, but I love it every time.
Taco Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, Sean, do you use that tofutti sour cream?
I do.
It's the shit, right?
It works. Yeah. Yeah.
Is it?
I
We
enjoy
always
it.
use like Greek yogurt.
Nice.
Oh, but you can't have any of the dairy. Wait, is there dairy in the Greek yogurt? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It's probably the safest thing I could potentially have, but why risk it?
Yeah. You don't want to hurt your tum.
No.
No, you don't. Am I right?
Is that a good note to go out on?
It's the best.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
But anyway, thank you guys.
All right.
Thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you next week. Peace.
Yay. Bye now.